Hi, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Niels, and on behalf of our team, of our Northstar team, I would like to welcome you to our very first pre-launch virtual meeting of the Northstar Group. Since we are unable to meet in person this year, we have decided to organize this pre-launch virtual conference to get acquainted with our founders and for you to meet with FCL forwarders from all over the world. So before we get started with the program, please be guided with the house rules and guidelines for this kickoff meeting. So we will start with the 10 minutes open community mic program, which starts now. And I will be welcoming everybody here, and you will get the chance to introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, and maybe what time it is so that we have an understanding of where everybody is tuning in from. Okay, so who do we see? We have a couple of familiar faces here. Let me start with the ladies. So I will start with Orit. Good morning, Orit. If you could please unmute yourself, tell us where you're from and what time it is in your area.
I'm trying to...
There you go. We can hear you now.
Okay, better now. I wasn't able to see myself. Good morning, everybody. It is 9 o'clock in the morning here, so pretty convenient time to meet. In New York, things are improving, and we're beginning to see the light. Hopefully, the rest of you are as well. A lot of people have been vaccinated. I'm happy to say that I'm one of the people that managed to get vaccinated. So I'm looking forward to traveling really soon, like next week. And that's it. I mean, we have two companies, International Logistics Express and ILE Global. ILE Global is focused strictly on ocean freight and VOCC, FMC certified. And International Logistics takes care of the rest of the freight forwarding, like air freight, custom clearance, etc. And that's basically it. We
Great.
can offer services throughout the US.
Thank you, Orit, for your quick introduction. I would like to continue with, who did we have here? With Miss T. Miss T, would you please kindly introduce yourself, maybe unmute yourself as well so that we can get an idea of where you're from and who you are and what time it is at your place.
Hi everyone. Can you all see me? Because I can't see myself.
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, that's great. Actually, I have to say good evening for my country. I'm from Malaysia. Hi, Big Shipping founder. Okay, and it's 10 o'clock p.m. here actually. Yeah. Fantastic,
great. Thank you so much. So who else do we have in here that we can say good morning to? Seren, do I pronounce your name correctly? Please unmute yourself. There you go.
Hello. This is Jaran, actually.
Okay, hi.
Hi, I'm from Turkey as a pack logistic. Now it's 5 p.m. in Turkey. And we are the group company of the All Cargo, the Indian's largest company. And I'm happy to see you all.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your introduction. Maybe you can tell us what time it is at your side?
It's 5 p.m. in Turkey.
And you're in Istanbul?
Yes, Istanbul.
Okay, great. Perfect. So who else do we have in here? Would like to say good morning to Arias, Mira Arias. Good morning.
Hi, hello, good evening.
Evening.
Hi, good evening. Myra Arias here from Mighty Freight International Corporation from Manila, Philippines. And it's 10 in the evening right now here in the Philippines.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And good evening to you. I would like to welcome also Miss Alia Hassan. Good
Yes.
morning.
Good morning,
afternoon.
sir. In fact, it's about 4 p.m. here in Egypt. And of course, it's my great pleasure joining your this meeting. My company called Marine Link International. We are in Egypt.
Nice.
We are in the field since 2004. You would like me to introduce ourselves or just
No, just your name, where you're from, and what time it is in Cairo. I assume you're in Cairo right now.
I'm in Alexandria in the same Egypt.
Okay, Alexandria. Okay.
Okay, yeah, Alexandria, and it's 4 p.m. now.
Very nice. Thank you very much for your quick introduction. I will move on and see if I can say, I want to say hello to as many ladies first because it was International Women's Day yesterday. So I would like to say good morning to Lida. Lida, good morning. I always say good morning because it is 6 a.m. where I'm at right now. Lida, can you hear us? Can't see you. Can you please unmute yourself? There you go. Hi, Lida.
Can you see me?
Yes, can see
Hi.
you and hear you.
Hi, this is Lida from Iran Land Sea. I'm sitting in Tehran.
Oh, we lost you. The picture has just frozen. Can we get you back? Can you please repeat yourself again? So the last thing we heard was you're from Tehran.
Oh, okay.
No, I can't hear you. We have some connection problems here with you right now.
Yes, it's corrected now?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's Zoom, and the Zoom in Iran, it's cannot be used. We are using VPN, and these kinds of problem will happen.
Of course,
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. My name is Lida. I'm from Iran Land Sea, Iran. I'm sitting in Tehran. Now it's 5:30.
Great, thank you very much
PM.
for your introduction. Yes, welcome to the group, and I would like to continue, see if I can find anyone else that I haven't said good morning to yet. Any other ladies before I move on to the gentlemen? Did I forget anybody? No, can't really see right now. So I would like to say good morning to Viraj. Good morning, Viraj. How are you? Can you please unmute yourself?
It's good evening in India, Giles. It's good evening.
Perfect.
Good evening to everybody.
Right.
And wishing all the lovely women over here a very happy Women's Day. Myself from India, Viraj Kotak Modeling Logistics. It's late evening over here, 7:30, dinner time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we are sitting over here with Niels and the Northstar Group company.
Perfect. Thank you. Thanks for your introduction. I would like to say good morning also to Michael. Good morning, Michael. Good morning from Vancouver, I should say. Maybe you can unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Now we can, yes.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Michael. I'm calling from Italy, Tech Cargo, and here it's 3 p.m.
Very nice. So which city are you calling from?
I'm based in Milan,
very
north
nice.
of Italy.
Great.
Nice to see you.
Thank you, Michael. I have a question for David in the background. David, are we supposed to be flashing in our screen for the house rules and guidelines for this meeting? David? Mashi? Are we able to flash in, because we missed that earlier?
Yes, we're flashing right now.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. So before we start with the program, I just wanted to give you a quick reminder of the meeting guidelines. If you can, please pin the program screen. There's 3 dots at the top of the program screen. If you click that and pin, that means the program screen will be your main screen throughout. At the same time, please always keep your microphone on mute, of course, until any of our team members ask you to, or if it's your turn to speak, then you can, of course, unmute yourself. And if any of you have multiple devices, please make sure that those are also on mute, otherwise it creates some funny background noise. Okay, so I'd like to get started now with our network introduction. We will present to you a quick update. It's basically a video that we have compiled introducing Northstar, what we do, and what our path forward will be for the next months and years ahead with all of you part of it. So please enjoy this short video of ours. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Northstar team, it's our pleasure to welcome you all to our pre-launch virtual meeting. We are unable to meet in person this year. We have therefore decided to organize our very first pre-launch meeting to get you acquainted with our founders and to get to meet with FCL forwarders from all over the world. This is a fantastic opportunity to meet virtually with everyone, to learn more about this group and to develop business opportunities together. Last year has truly been an exceptional year on all fronts. And if there's one thing last year has shown us, then it's that sea freight and logistics are one of the backbone industries for our society's survival. Before anything else, I would like to thank all our founding members of Northstar. Thank you for being part of our family and being the first movers in putting together the first FCL network in the world. Thank you for seeing the value in being part of an FCL-only network. I, together with our team, draw a lot of our motivation from you to create something together. We will get to hear more about our founders in the next segment after my presentation. So let me jump straight into our conference agenda. What can you expect during our 3-day pre-launch conference? Today, which is day 1, I have the pleasure to introduce Northstar to you. We will then introduce to you our founding members, after which we will show you a short clip about our intranet app, which is our network application with our dynamic agency list, messaging, and social media features. We will then move on to a live Q&A segment with 3 of our founding members, with whom we will discuss the new normal, followed by our keynote presentation on logistics after COVID, and finally our closing cocktail. On day 2 and 3, we will be hosting our face-to-face meetings, for which everyone has in the meantime scheduled their meeting partners. That is our 3-day conference agenda. I really hope you enjoy making new friends and find new opportunities in the coming days. Northstar is the newest brand under the parent company RW Solutions, which is a network management company that was founded in Hong Kong in 2002 and has its operational arm in the Philippines. RW Solutions, meanwhile, has 8 freight forwarding networks that are into industry niches. We believe that networks should be themed according to their handling advantages and interests for members to engage into more meaningful business exchanges, with more qualified networking across various brands. At present, we have 700 members from 90 countries under the RW umbrella, Northstar being the youngest network in the group. You might wonder why we choose the name Northstar. When you Google Northstar, this is what it will say. The North Star is the anchor of the northern sky. It is a landmark or a sky marker that helps those who follow it determine direction as it glows brightly to guide and lead towards a purposeful destination. It also has a symbolic meaning, for the North Star depicts a beacon of inspiration and hope to many. Before GPS and advanced communication systems that would allow us to navigate ships, Captains of ships oriented themselves according to the stars in the skies. Northstar is a symbol of a bright future and a path towards the right direction. This is why we thought it would be a great name to use for our FCL Forwarding network, as we find each other to develop a common direction for a greater future together. Welcome to Northstar, the first and only FCL Forwarders focused network in the world. At this present time, we have interested FCL forwarders from 68 countries. We believe that it is really important to re-establish networks worldwide to find new ways and partners in coming up with new solutions together. Especially in such volatile times, companies that are active in their markets will benefit from the changes the most. We are glad to see continued interest in the network and really look forward to our in-person launch meeting next year. We are glad to inform you that we are now at 34 founding members and another 200 interested FCL forwarders from all over the world and growing. During the course of our development phase, before our launch, we will be releasing our founders agency list every 3 months to keep our community updated. Our agency list features the profile of our FCL founding members, shipping line contracts, and regular inbound and outbound business lanes. So what are the benefits of being part of Northstar? As members of the network, this is a venue to meet and partner with FCL forwarding partners worldwide. This is a continued project for us to grow the network and continuously offer more agents worldwide. While the quality of our partners is very important to us, it is likewise important to make sure that any payment issues are settled amongst the partners. As a network, we bring the initial trust for members to be able to start business with ease and offer payment protection for all members. To avoid bad companies to be part of the network, we screen members before being able to be part of our official agency list. For this, we also do background checking on applying companies through several sources. This is to ensure that companies that are part of the network are screened and approved by the network. It is our standard that we host a once-a-year conference for members to meet personally, but as everyone clearly understands, it was not possible to meet last year and will probably not be possible to meet this year. So we're going to be conservative about our conference dates, and we're planning for our in-person launch in Bangkok next year. In the meantime, we plan for 2 to 3 more virtual pre-launch meetings before our in-person event next year. Our second virtual meeting will be at the end of this year in November. Stay tuned for more information about it. As a proactive network management company, we attend various trade shows where we promote Northstar and our agency list. Our favorite events are Transport Logistics in Munich, that happens every 2 years, as well as the Intermodal in Sao Paulo, Brazil. During these expos, we exhibit and we also offer social activities for our members. Our agency list is unique. We highlight the relationships of our FCL members with shipping lines. If there are volume deals that fellow Northstar partners with shipping lines, we showcase this directly with the agency list and our other members to be aware of and possibly inquire about. With a wide variety of partners, we will be able to leverage on existing relationships with various shipping lines. I always wondered why there was not one agency list that is designed to feature shipping line contracts. So we're glad to be the first one in this direction. What are the unique opportunities when being part of an FCL network? Alone by being part of Northstar, you will already know that all the partners are part of Northstar that are mainly interested in further developing FCL business. Many times, shipping line relationships alone are not enough to add value for customers to want to do business with. You might want to use SOC containers for which you need a partner to look for your return traffic, or discover a new way of transloading cargo to access and create services with the use of different shipping lines. Are collapsible containers a viable option for port pairs that have imbalance of cargo to reduce repositioning charges, or find new transshipment ports for your current business? All these opportunities are still to be found together with partners of Northstar by starting a conversation and asking the right questions. We will be launching our network app in 2022 together with our in-person event, something we are already prepared for. We are just waiting for the right time to launch the app. Expect more details to be released in the near future. For the founders that are here, please note that while you are already a founder of the network, we will only start counting your one-year membership on the day when we have our first physical meeting. This means that being part of the network as early as now gives you free networking value until the launch date. We will continue to have more activities to build our community, and thank you for being part of our journey as early as now. Welcome to Northstar. Welcome to our very first virtual event. We hope you will enjoy our program in the coming days. Let's make new friends and find new opportunities to look forward to in our ever-changing world of logistics. Enjoy the next few days of face-to-face meetings. Thank you.
All right, welcome back. I've spoken quite a bit about our founders. I think it will be a great opportunity to be introducing our founders. So we have prepared a little video for you to introduce some of our founders to you right now.
Hello to everyone from Turkey. My name is Tuğra and I'm calling you from Ida Freight, who is a founder member of Northstar Network. We will be very happy to handle all your inquiries relating to Turkey with our 2 offices, which are located in Istanbul and Izmir city as well. We have very dynamic and experienced teams which are always at your service, and I am sure that we will provide you the best solutions. We are looking forward to meet you all. Have a nice day. Bye.
Hello, hi. This is Danish Nasir from Venus Global Logistics Private Limited. We are freight forwarders based out of Karachi, Pakistan, and have been into the business since 1961. We are now the 3rd generation who's taking care of the family business. Our core services are freight forwarding, consolidation, and custom brokerage. We specialize in providing sea freight to major textile companies of Pakistan, and we are an ITA accredited company, so we have our own ITA license for the cargo. We have stocks with all major airlines like Emirates, Qatar, Turkish. We have contracted sea freight rates with CMA, Hapag-Lloyd, MSC, Maersk Line, and our major regions for export are the Europe and US and Far East. We also work with some of the NVOCCs for the Far East trade. You can contact us anytime for any of your requirements out of Pakistan.
Hello everyone, this is Amir from FCL Forwarding in Spain. We are one of the founding members of Northstar, and it's going to be a pleasure for me to introduce you our company and group. We are in the industry since 1978. Total, we have 6 offices in Spain. We are covering the main cities with own offices, including Canary Islands. I'm based in Barcelona in the headquarters, and basically what we provide is sea freight, air freight. We are IATA member, and also we are specialized handling project cargo. So for whatever you need, any assistance you need in Spain, let us know. Feel free to contact us, and we are here to serve. Thank you very much.
Good morning, fellow members. I'm Ms. Liling from High-Peak Shipping, Sdn Bhd, Malaysia, founder of Northstar Alliance. We are the total logistic provider that handles air, sea, and lands. High-Peak Shipping Sdn Bhd is an authorized custom broker in Malaysia, which gives us competitive edge in handling end-to-end solution to our clients. With the prolonged pandemic, let's work together closely as a network to provide the best logistics solution to our clients. Looking forward to see you all in our first virtual conference in March. See you all, guys. Bye.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this pre-launch virtual meeting presentation video. My name is Morty. I am the manager of Transglory Morocco, and we are a founding member of Northstar Network. What started in 2007 as an adventure for 2 freight forwarding enthusiasts has rapidly grown to become a leading operator in the local market, with an establishment overseas through our own office in Shenzhen, China. For all your shipments to and from Morocco, whether it is FCL, LCL, air freight, or project cargo, Our dedicated teams of highly skilled professionals will be there to provide you with a wide range of services and solutions tailored to your most specific needs. All you needed to do is reach out to us. Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope to be able to meet every one of you in person very soon. Have a great day and enjoy your conference.
Hi friends, Namaste to all the Northstar members across the globe from India. Myself Viraj Kotak from Kotak Modeling Logistics, Mumbai. Let me take this opportunity firstly to thank Niels as well as Christian for having such a wonderful network dedicated especially to the FCL freight forwarders across the globe. Also, let me thank members who have supported us, given us the opportunity to handle their shipments. Coming back to our business KML, just to brief you about it, it was all started by my grandfather more than 5 decades ago. As far as freight forwarding is concerned, it's same for us as well. It's sea freight 90%, air freight 10%, custom broking, transportation, warehousing, consolidation, product shipments, and also freight audit. Till that time, it's pandemic. I personally request all of you guys to be safe along with your friends and family. That's the most important thing as of now. Friends, look forward to meet you guys. Till that time, see you. Take care. Bye.
Hello everyone, warm greetings from Manila, Philippines. Myra Arias here, one of the Managing Director and Operation Manager of Mighty Freight International Freight Corporation. Mighty Freight International Corporation is a young dynamic company organized by young entrepreneurs who has a vast knowledge and with combined experience of more than 50 years in the industry of both international and domestic freight forwarding. Focused on customs releasing, export processing, door-to-door logistics management, break bulk, project cargo handling, and tariff rate consultation. Mighty Freight was founded 2 years ago, and last year during the high peak of pandemic, our sales increased for about 500% compared to our first year of full operational, and almost 95% of this traffic are our nominated cargoes. Most of our inbound shipments are from Asia-Pacific countries. Northstar Global FCL Alliance is the first and only network agency we have joined. We have full trust that through this network, we will develop mutual business opportunity among members and expand our business worldwide. We are looking forward to meet you all virtually on our first virtual conference. Mighty Freight International Corporation wish you well and safe during these trying times. Salamat and mabuhay.
Good morning, everybody. This is Mike from Tech Cargo Italy. We can offer a performing FCL product service that perfectly fits into your customer business needs. A tailor-made solution is the key to make the cargo service excellent and unique. What do I mean? We can offer a fully integrated transport door-to-door service with many solutions who best suits your FCL freight forwarding needs, import and export into Italy or out of Italy. So, please, get in contact with us for any inquiries or assistance you need, and our high-quality staff we will be more than happy to assist you. All Tech Cargo team is ready to support you to achieve our business goal together. I hope to see you soon in the next conference, and take care. Ciao.
This is Ioannis, the commercial manager of Navicon and Navicross Group of Companies. First of all, I hope you are safe and healthy, as this is the most important at the current times we are experiencing. Our head office in Piraeus will assist with everything you might need in Greece, Cyprus, Bulgaria, Serbia, and North Macedonia. There is an increase in the development of our main ports, Piraeus and Thessaloniki, so we can provide reliable services to all inland destinations. Our sister company in Hamburg will assist with everything you need from continental Europe, loading from Antwerp, Rotterdam, Bremerhaven, and Hamburg, and given the unique infrastructure, offers competitive solutions for demanding transports. Our group caters for every aspect of logistics services, focusing more on container shipping. Handling more than 45,000 containers, along with our dedicated customer service, gives us a strategic benefit to all our competitors. I know 2020 was difficult to everyone, and I can imagine the troubles you had to go through. Although we see some light at the end of the road, I do not expect miracles for next year. We are used to handling difficulties under a lot of constant pressure, so sticking together is the only thing that can help us move forward and confront upcoming challenges. I wish all the best for the next year, and I will be happy to discuss with you anything that troubles you. After all, this is why teams are built. Thank you.
Hello Northstar Group, this is Govind from Woody Shipping LLC Dubai. We are regular freight forwarders and NUCC. When I say NUCC, we are not a console or co-loader of LCLs. In fact, we are the box operators or handlers for our principals in UAE. These boxes ply between short sea routes like Indian subcontinents, Upper Gulf, Far East and Southeast Asia. We are also regular forwarders like you all, where we cater to break bulk, warehousing, even cross-stuffing in Jebel Ali. We have another vertical where we buy and sell used and new containers. So any such requirements in freight forwarding or container purchases, please liaise with us and we shall be happy to assist you. Thank you Northstar Group for giving this opportunity. Lastly, I would also thank to all the members who will be participating in the online conference soon in March. All the best. Thank you.
This is Snow from the company CCL in UK. I would like to bring our warm regards to all of you. Hope you all safe and keeping well. CCL is a company based in UK who is the market leader of e-commerce cross-border logistics. In the full container forwarding industry, we operate the customs-funded facility at Seaport, which offers the flexibility for sea freight containers to be customs cleared in our facility with the added value service of divan, fulfillment, as well as the delivery. As you know, e-commerce market is a very emerging market in UK. We are able to offer you all the solutions for different e-commerce volumes into and out of UK, such as Amazon products and other products to be sold on the e-commerce platforms. We're really looking forward to meeting you and working with you for all different kind of projects in the future. Thank you. Take care.
Hi, my name is Ovid Malek from Iran Land and Sea in Tehran, Iran. The great Persian poet Hafiz said, "The alliance of your goodness and beauty conquered the world." Yes, indeed. The world can be conquered by alliance. On behalf of my team, I'm proud to have a brief introduction of my company to all participants and members of the Northstar network. What a name, which showed the way to our ancestors, whether at sea or land, to find their path through the darkness and ignorance ages. Our company is very much familiar with the agency requirement at principal levels or serving the customers. We dedicated our lifestyle to logistics, and this way we have invested and inaugurated the first logistic village inside the country. We can serve and deliver the cargo to the neighboring countries as well as to our importers and exporters. As the great Mahatma Gandhi told, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Thank you. We are at your service.
Greetings and Assalamu Alaikum. We are Cargo Line Shipping Services, a founding member from Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Our greatest strength which we can offer you is competitive pricing. I know it's a bit of a taboo to talk about cheap pricing, but let us face facts. Good pricing is what wins business. We own and operate a fleet of trucks in the UAE. We are a customs broker ourselves. We've been in the business for over 16 years and we have excellent relationships with shipping lines and airlines. We have a network of trading companies to offer you importer and exporter on-record service across UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman, and Saudi Arabia. What does this mean for you? This means that we will back you up with unbeatable pricing, some innovative solutions, and our time-tested relationships with carriers and government authorities so that you can go compete and win business and service your clients confidently. Myself and my partner Niranjan look forward to meeting you at the Northstar virtual conference.
Hello everyone, my name's Andrew Smithhurst and I'm representing Gencar Shipping UK. I'd like to thank Niels and Christian and all the team at Northstar for inviting us to join this network, and as Gencar we're very excited to be part of this network and obviously a founder member. Gencar Shipping is a family-owned business in the UK It's established 42 years ago. It's now second generation family, and myself and Barry Simmons, who's the general sales manager for GenCar, will be attending the virtual meeting. FCL is a very important part of what we do at GenCar, and we're really looking forward to meeting all the members and seeing how we can develop business together. Thanks very much, and see you very soon.
Thank you very much to all the founding members. Yeah, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to the Northstar group, and thanking you also for your support. I would like to move on to our next segment, where we will be introducing our mobile intranet. It's an app that we have specifically developed for our networks, which enhances communication and basically brings the agency list into the palm of your hand. So please join me in this short clip introducing the mobile intranet.
What is the intranet all about? Previously, all our network information was decentralized.
Only one person per company had access to the agency list. The messaging system was a mix of different kinds of content. We didn't have a social wall for all of us to share stories with fellow members worldwide. This is how we came to the idea to combine all our network information into one app that members can use 24/7 from breakfast to bedtime. Now the agency list is in your pocket so that you can message agents in real time anywhere. And when you start shipments, follow your partners to track any changes in their profile or payment status. The app also has a social wall where you get various updates from the network and from partners from all over the world. Whenever you need an agent recommendation, we now have an exclusive section where you can post an agent request for partners to share personal contacts right here. With unlimited users per company, the entire company should be part of this app. From customer service, sales, operations to business development.
Because a strong network is a connected community at all times.
All right, the mobile app or intranet will be launched at our next in-person meeting. Actually, we will be able to guide you through the installation and the process of how to use, and provide you with a couple of how-to videos and so on and so forth. In our next segment, it will be a live Q&A segment where we will be introducing, where I will be basically asking a couple of questions on the new normal. I'd like to introduce our panel speakers for this Q&A that we have prepared. One of our panelists is Michael, whom you've already heard from. Michael Cajoni from TC Cargo. We have Andrew Lim of High Peak Shipping, and we have Orit Horn of ILE from the US. Thank you very much, first of all, for stepping in and joining me in this panel discussion. I will have a couple of questions which are straightforward. I will start with you, Orit. How has COVID-19 impacted your business? Can you maybe outline the negative aspects as well as maybe some positives that have come out from this? Orit, if you could unmute yourself, please.
Okay, sorry about that.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, we're struggling with a lot of the issues of the freight situation, especially container stations in the U.S. with delays and backlog and equipment shortage. And that's the negative part, of course, putting aside all the negative sides of the COVID in general, as far as health and businesses that had to shut down. In general, our business has been okay. You know, we haven't suffered tremendous loss. We did lose some accounts, businesses that had to shut down, and some of them reopened. Some of them I don't think will reopen. On the other hand, we managed to gain some new clients. So all in all, from our personal point of view, we haven't done badly. We managed to keep all the staff, and we worked remotely for a short period of time. We're mostly in the office, regular business. So,
yeah, thanks for sharing that. Michael, how was the situation for TC in Italy with regards to, maybe I can repeat the question. So how has COVID-19 impacted your business specifically for TC Cargo in Italy?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, I agree with Orit. Everything is running well also here in Italy for Tech Cargo. Frankly speaking, the negative aspect is the fact that all the shipping line, they decided altogether to increase the sea freight. And this is something that I didn't like, because basically the message that all the direct customers are receiving is to stop exporting and importing, because the cost of the sea freight is really, really high. And so the prime material is going up, and basically they cannot maintain the same selling rates of their products that they had before the pandemic. On the other side, of course, we as freight forwarder, we got advantage of this, because I would say that 99% of our customer that were obliged to import or export cargo to maintain their goals and targets to achieve, they basically accepted to pay such high amount of money, this for the sea freight and also for the air freight as well. And of course, the margins regarding Italy, regarding Tech Cargo, went up as well, because when you have to anticipate like $2,000, in my opinion, this is our policy, the amount of margin can be reasonable, but when you have to anticipate like $10,000 and probably you gotta move 200 TEUs per month or whatever it is, you have to pay them in advance, you collect them in 60 days time. So also the margins, of course, went up, because the financial exposure for us has been very important. So it's one of the negative part of the pandemic. On the other side, all our customers paid us regularly, so this is something good. Regarding the shortage of equipment, as Orit said, this is a game that all the shipping lines decided to play, using the blank sailing, as we all know. Okay, so they reduce basically the offer to increase the request and put the freight at high level. And what we did here in Tech Cargo, we moved a lot of FCL customers into LCL customers. So this was a kind of option that we gave them, splitting like 60 cubic meters into 2-3 containers, because the relationship we have here with the NVOCC is very, very strong. Most of them, they all accepted. And to reduce the cost, it was not a matter only on the sea freight, but let's talking about our import. What we were doing, we were arranging 80% of the deliveries directly with the container, even if we were handling that with the NVOCC. So this option gave us the opportunity to keep the customers, to respect the ATD and ETI requested, and make them happy, even if the cost, of course, of the freight was very, very high.
That's an interesting. It's an interesting approach to be splitting your FCLs into several lots. That makes sense, actually. Yeah. The whole thing that I didn't understand is why shipping lines are reducing capacities, and why are they making the equipment shortage? You know, why is there an equipment shortage? I mean, we understand why rates went up in the air freight sector, because simply there was no more passengers traveling. But the boats, they're not affected by the pandemic. Why did the shipping have to do that?
Frankly speaking, everybody here in Italy is asking the authorities to jump into this policy applied from the shipping line, because it's something very, very bad. Of course, when you reduce the offer, the price goes up. It's always like this in everything. So if you ask me, do you think that in 2022 the things will go better? I would say I'm not so sure. Why? Because if you look at the financial part of all the sea freight companies like Maersk, CMA, Yangming, whatever it is, in the past years, I don't know if you remember, but I will remember in 2016, 2017, to bring one container from Shanghai to Italy was like $50 or $100, whatever it is. And of course, the loss of the shipping line every year was growing. Nowadays that they found this kind of trick, I call it a bit of a game, where reducing the space and doing blank sailing, they can ask whatever they want. Of course, they are gaining money, so it's just a matter of money. If I was sitting into a shipping line desk, I wouldn't change the cards for the next year, 2022, 2023. Why should I change if this is something that is bringing me profit and benefit? Then on the other side, this is not correct, because the number of TEUs that worldwide we all moved decreased by, I would say, 15%. So general cargo went down. A lot of enterprises and business companies closed. A lot of people lost their jobs, etc., etc., etc. So, but this is the reason, in my opinion, why the shipping line they won't reduce their cost too much.
Thank you, Michael, for your input here. Andrew, how has COVID impacted your business in Malaysia? Can you please unmute yourself?
Yep. You're there?
Yes.
Hello. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I think on a positive note, we are lucky that in Malaysia, the logistic industry is considered an essential business. So even during the lockdown, all the logistic industry, the companies are allowed to still operate and move the containers in it. So during the period when we had a lockdown in back in March last year, we are still operating. We're allowed to operate, which is on the positive note. We're allowed to operate, but I think things has progressed. And I think the biggest impact that grew out of it is that, I will echo what Michael have said, is that it created port congestion, vessel delays, shortage of equipment, and that coupled with the cost of doing business have gone crazy. I think ocean freights have gone up 4 to 5 times. I think the members here will all know, you used to pay $100 freight to one sector. Today, you end up paying 800 to 900 US. I think even from Portland to US now will cost you 10,000 US compared to 3,000 US 5 months ago. So basically on the positive side, yes, on the Malaysia front, basically the logistics industry is still doing pretty okay. Businesses are still running, and also it depends on which industry you're handling. If you are doing all the essential business of rubber gloves, famous in Malaysia, masks, things are still moving as it is. Of course, the retail sectors are badly affected due to the lockdown, but on the overall, everybody is still doing fine. We didn't see many companies like logistics industry closing down, which is good, But on the difficult part is that the cost of business is getting higher and higher because of the freight rates has gone up tremendously. And I think that is a main important point that we all have to look at, because it's just going crazy. You don't have space. The space is king now. Or equipment is king.
Equipment is king. That's right.
Yeah.
If I can ask a couple of follow-up questions there, Andrew.
Yeah.
With regards to COVID, what do you think are the changes that will stay on after the pandemic, and when do you think your country or your economy will recover?
I think the main thing that
pre-COVID times, if we can say that.
I think the main term now we're doing is the belief to stay is the working from home. It seems that everybody is the in thing now, that working from home, but being the logistic industry, having, you do custom clearance and things, working from home is definitely here to stay. Even dealing with shipping lines are getting more difficult. Well, they are working from home. Response are getting slower, so the mindset have to totally change, on how you're going to deal with things. Shippers are constantly getting more demanding. So I believe that the changes, these are things will stay. Like I said, port congestion will stay. Equipment shortage will remain till next year. Besides being in freight forwarding, I'm also a box operator. It's for the Southeast Asia area. I think the bunker prices will continue to increase, okay, and then all these will just lead to higher costs of doing business. And then the way we're doing business today, right now we are doing virtual conferencing rather than meeting face to face. How do you build that relationship with your shippers and consignee, to continue to be able to do well? Is basically that internally the company will have to provide the best service, okay, and together with the network that we have, to provide a solution of doing business virtually, or even being able to provide them with better solutions. Like Michael shared the solution that I have one client who urgently need to move a 40-footer. We move 20-footer with the air freight and the FCL to India. The kind of things that we have to break it into 3 solutions. We can't move in the 40-footer because there's a major shortage in a 40-footer high cube in the whole world now. So what we did was we told them to move, managed to get a 20-footer. We moved 20-footer, air freight and sea freight, you know. So things like that, we gotta think out of the box. We need good partners where we have in the network now to be able to give us that support when we do that, and with the competitive price. How the Malaysia will recover back from the pre-pandemic times, I guess we have to work with the new normal. I'm not sure where we are heading. We are getting our COVID vaccine soon. The frontliners are getting. So the good old times of how we do business, it's something that is a bygone, the way I feel. Moving forward will be how do we think differently, you know, to be able to differentiate ourselves in the new normal today.
Thanks, Andrew, for your input there. Michael, how do you see the changes? Which changes will stay on in TC or in Italy, and when do you think you will see a full recovery economically in Italy?
This is a tough question, very tough question. I would definitely say that once 70% of the people here in Italy, even worldwide, will be vaccinated, of course, we will go back to work as it was before the pandemic, okay? Here in Italy, the problem is not the fact that we do not have vaccines, because we do have vaccines. The problem is that we cannot arrange to vaccinate all the people in a short time. So this morning I was reading an Excel table where you have to put basically your data, and it seems that I will be vaccinated in between June and August 2022. So yeah, so it takes a long time, more than 1 year. But of course, 2022, it will be the right time to go back before the pandemic. What I agree with what he said before. I don't remember the name. I'm sorry.
Andrew or Reed?
Andrew. You said something that I totally agree about the shipping line. That is the fact that the service that they are providing cannot be considered as a partner, a supplier, as it was in the past years. I remember like 2-3 years ago, 4, 5, 10 years ago, all the shipping lines were coming to the office, sitting around the table to make kind of agreement to get a traffic, a bits, to give you an aggressive rate, to use their service because they had customer service. They had someone that really took care about your company, you know, about the relationship between supplier partners. I call my suppliers partners, not suppliers, and our company. And this is something that is going to miss, okay, after the pandemic, not only because they are working from home, but it's something that is coming from high level. Basically, the shipping line, they do not really care about freight forwarders anymore. Okay, they are really looking only at their pocket, and this is something. It's like if you work with a laptop and you're not working with people anymore. This is something that I don't like at all, and I agree with what Andrew said before. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Finally, Orit, maybe we can conclude with you. what are the lasting changes that will stay on, and when do you see a full recovery, if we can say that, in the US economy?
I don't know about a full economy, a full recovery, but as I said before, things are opening up in the US more and more. The unfortunate part from a New Yorker's point of view, because New York City, for example, suffered and is suffering tremendously because of all the entertainment business that had to close down. No Broadway, no movies, restaurants. And those are coming back, but they're not going to come back the way they were before. It's going to take a very long time because a lot of businesses that had small restaurant owners, etc., just couldn't sustain. And when they opened up 25%, just wasn't worth it for them to open up. So those are not going to come back, and that affects the whole total economy. If you look at the stock market has been doing wonderfully throughout the pandemic. But if you look at the people with the small boutiques and small restaurants, they're not going to come back so fast. They lost a lot, so from our point of view as, freight forwarders, etc., we're doing okay. And other freight forwarders that I know, depends on the commodities that they handle. Some of them are doing okay and some of them are not. The ones that are dealing with designer goods and things that are more not needed today because people are not going out, so they're not shopping for the same kind of things that they were shopping on a regular basis before. Those freight forwarders, I think, are not doing so well. But lucky, with us, for example, we deal with a lot of food products and animal feed and rice imports and sugar imports and PPPs. So we're, PPEs. So we're doing okay because those things are needed. So it's, the CDC just told us that now the vaccinated people can get together again with no masks, and things are looking up from that point of view. We were told that supposedly the people that want to be vaccinated will all be able to be vaccinated by the end of the summer. So that if you compare it to, unfortunately, what Michael said, is terrific news for us, because now there's a lot of vaccines available on the market, and they have these mega centers that are open 24/7. So basically people can get vaccinated a lot easier than a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And that's it. We'll have to wait and see,
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Shorit, for your input there. And Michael and Andrew, thank you all for taking part in this panel discussion. It was great to get your input on those still very current topics. We are all very hopeful that that we are seeing the light at the end of this tunnel, and that we're getting our vaccines hopefully sooner than later. As productions are being ramped up, we can only hope that our governments, no matter where we're sitting at, get their act together and get organized. There's so much red tape in many Western countries. I'm not gonna name them, of course, but there's many Western countries that there's just so much, too much resistance also from laws and God knows what. I would much prefer that they would just get moving and get the jabs into as many as possible so that we can get going on with our lives again. I'd like to move on to our next segment. It's before we take a 5-minute break. It's about this wallpaper that you see in the background. If any one of you would like to have a wallpaper design that you can overlay as a virtual background for any of your future meetings, let me know. We can design that for you. We can customize it for you with your own logos. just so that you can, have a more corporate presence if in case you would like to have that. We'll move on to our 5-minute break. After the break, we have a keynote presentation on logistics after COVID. We'll also be announcing our upcoming real conference dates for Northstar. Hopefully that will push through next year. We'll also have another virtual meeting end of this year. And then we will be having a quick poll, a Zoom poll at the end of this together with a closing remark or closing cocktail. So have a 5-minute break and we will come back here. Please don't turn off your phones or laptops, and we'll see you in 5 minutes. Thank you very much. Welcome back. I would like to proceed to our next segment, which is a keynote presentation, a 10-minute keynote presentation, which is coming in form of a video from Mark Miller on COVID-19 impact on the global supply chain and logistics after COVID. Please enjoy.
Hello, this is Mark Miller, author of the book Global Supply Chain Ecosystems. I am pleased to be able to share with you my thoughts and insights about the COVID-19 impact on global supply chains. We are now on the cusp of a thrilling new era for supply chain. This coronavirus crisis has vividly exposed the profound interdependencies in today's global supply chain ecosystems, and powerfully demonstrated the intrinsic risks in our complex, connected, volatile world. In this presentation, I will explore the supply chain ramifications of COVID-19, which is already proving to be a super accelerator of some pre-existing megatrends, including globalization shifts, digital disruption, and the e-commerce frenzy. The next normal will be characterized by uncertainty. But what is certain is that this virus will have significant supply chain implications, both over the short-term 12 to 18 months, but also over the subsequent 2 to 3 year medium term, such that supply chain 2025 will be substantially different on multiple dimensions. The initial impact of COVID-19 was supply-side gridlock, as mainland China went into a coronavirus-induced hibernation just after the extended Chinese New Year holidays. This resulted in global shortages of components and products, making it powerfully and painfully apparent just how global supply chains have become inextricably dependent upon China. COVID then embarked on its own globalization journey, spreading fear and uncertainty around the world as healthcare systems became overwhelmed. Widespread lockdowns ensued, with shops and businesses closing. High street retail came to an abrupt halt, triggering the most dramatic collapse in demand. The exceptions, of course, being medical supplies and equipment, which experienced an unprecedented surge in demand. As consumers became unable or unwilling to venture out of their homes, shopping for groceries and household essentials moved online en masse, turbocharging the e-commerce frenzy and generating unparalleled volume growth in small packages for home deliveries. Then, just as China started to reopen their economy and factories were getting back to work, production orders were getting cancelled due to excess inventories and lack of demand. And so global supply chains ground to a halt. As these extraordinary supply chain shocks reverberated around the world, companies are being forced to urgently reevaluate their sourcing strategies, business models, and distribution channels. This inevitably resurfaced discussions about the relocation of offshored production. Let's recap. Nearshoring is the relocation of production activities closer to the market where the products are going to be consumed. Onshoring, also known as reshoring, is one step further, whereby production is moved back into the country where the goods are going to be consumed. These are not new topics. Recall other huge supply chain shocks such as the Fukushima earthquake, the Iceland volcano, and the Thailand floods. They all triggered animated nearshoring discussions, championing the need to relocate production closer to the final consumption markets. However, what typically happens is that enthusiasm for change tends to dissipate as things soon get back to normal. and companies realize the actual enormity of truly reconfiguring their supply chains. But this time is different. This time, I believe, nearshoring will become more than just talk for a number of reasons. Firstly, this COVID crisis is much more severe in impact and global in reach than previous supply chain shocks. The consequences from a supply chain perspective will be much deeper, much wider, much more long-lasting. Secondly, this COVID predicament is intertwined with massive geopolitical tensions between the world's superpowers. Tensions which have already triggered some companies to relocate the production of their US-destined products in order to avoid the US tariffs on China-sourced imports. And thirdly, with the continuing growth in emerging markets and the increase in intra-regional trade, globalization had already become somewhat stalled. And so with the increasing polarization between East and West, coupled with lingering frustrations about differences in business practices, I believe it's inevitable there will be some decoupling, resulting in changes to global trade flows. And so COVID becomes the catalyst that actually stimulates companies into taking real action on reshoring and nearshoring initiatives, which will reduce dependencies and diversify risks, but will obviously result in shorter supply chains. However, relocating your supply chain is much easier said than done. This is not for the faint-hearted. Today's supply chains have been built up, fine-tuned, and developed over a number of years, if not decades. They cannot just be readily untangled, packed up, and moved elsewhere. This is a serious undertaking, whether nearshoring or reshoring. It's a project that's likely to be measured in years, not weeks or months. And whilst COVID is a catalyst for companies to take action, COVID-related restrictions will inhibit the process of reconfiguring the supply chain by nature of travel-related limitations and, of course, the restriction on in-person exchanges. Accelerating the process, on the other hand, will be government incentives. The United States, with much fanfare, has announced grants and subsidies and tax relief for American companies that relocate their manufacturing back into the United States of America and create American jobs. It's not just America. Canada, Korea, some European countries have all announced initiatives to encourage the relocation of manufacturing. Japan, for example, has allocated a $2.2 billion fund to help Japanese companies repatriate their manufacturing back into Japan and create local jobs. Now, of course, in these first world economies, there's a concern about the high cost of labor. And this is where I believe we'll see automation come readily into play. Robotics and automation are substantially lower cost now than they were 20 or 30 years ago when we started the offshoring globalization journey. And readily available, economically viable automation solutions will ease the process of reshoring manufacturing back into developed market economies. Now, for nearshoring, the key beneficiaries need to obviously be in close proximity to the final consumption market and have lower cost platforms. So the key contenders for the United States market, for example, would be Mexico as the leading contender, leveraging the North American Free Trade Agreement as well. For European markets, Eastern European countries such as Poland, Turkey, Hungary would be leading contenders as nearshoring platforms. So nearshoring will reduce reliance on Asia in general and China specifically, and we'll see the supply chains being typically much more regionally focused and therefore shorter. They could be configured as made in Latin America for America, or made in Eastern Europe for Europe. However, this will in no way result in a mass exodus of manufacturing outside of China, but we will see some diversification across the Asia region. Several reasons for this. First of all, we are now firmly in the Asian century. 1/3 of global GDP is in Asia. We are home to 1.8 billion people in the consuming class. And by the year 2030, Asia will represent 2/3 of the world's middle class. So made in Asia for Asia will remain a very viable supply chain strategy for generations to come. And this will enable companies to capitalize on the huge potential across Asia's emerging economies. At the same time, more and more companies will also be diligently exploring their China Plus options, looking for additional locations around Asia for sourcing and production of products and components where there is abundant labor that is lower cost than the China labor has become. Different sectors will have a different mobility, if you like. Garments, footwear, sports goods, furniture, their supply chains are relatively mobile or movable, certainly compared to much more complex products and supply chains like high-tech electronics, household goods, and automobiles. So the leading contenders around the Asia region, they vary by industry segment. But Vietnam, Indonesia, India, Bangladesh, Cambodia, these are all contenders for post-pandemic divergence of production activities that can leverage their low-cost labor markets. However, none of these alternatives can match the huge extent of China's resources. China remains the clear leader in both scale and scope, leveraging its massive infrastructure investments over the last 20 years and its huge workforce. And for that very reason, many supply chains will remain in China, or at least remain China-centric. And that includes all the multinational companies who are selling into China's enormous domestic market, whether they are targeting the consumer or the industrial segments. Such companies will retain within China all their manufacturing, sourcing, and assembly activities for goods destined for sale in the domestic China market in the supply chain strategy that is now known as in China, for China. So in summary, the consequences of COVID-19 will result in a step change for global trade as we know it, spelling the end of 30 years of globalization. Post-pandemic, the next normal will see some radical reconfiguration of global supply chains, adopting a much more regional and localized approach. Evolving through to year 2025, we can expect to see widespread deployment of shorter supply chains that increase control, increase responsiveness, and increase resilience, whilst also reducing lead times, reducing transport costs, and reducing emissions, and helping to mitigate risk. And so in times of such great uncertainty, it is best to be prepared. Companies should be planning for the worst, hoping for the best, and always expect the unexpected.
Indeed, always expect the unexpected, right? I think this gave us a pretty good insight into what has happened, what is currently happening, and the way forward for all of us. I guess flexibility is the name of the game for this year. I would like to announce to you a couple of dates. Maybe you could take note of those. We will be launching our in-person event. Well, we will try at least our in-person event next year in April in Thailand. I have just heard yesterday that Thailand is in the process of launching their travel passport, vaccination passport, rather. I think many countries now that are starting their inoculations are also in discussion on how to be able to screen vaccinated people and make it safe for traveling and so on and so forth. So obviously, we're banking on the fact that many more countries are going to be able to open up by the end of this year more and more with reduced quarantining and so on and so forth. So our fingers remain crossed for that. We will also be having a virtual, another virtual get-together at the end of this year. I think we have jotted the dates to be in November. Let me take a quick look. November 9 to 11, where we plan to have another virtual meeting for the Northstar group. And yeah, that should basically conclude this session here this morning or this afternoon or this evening, wherever you may be. Thank you very much for joining the Northstar pre-launch meeting. As a reminder, you can continue to schedule your face-to-face meetings. The app is live. It will remain live throughout the duration of the next couple of days of face-to-face meetings. So you can still make adjustments to your schedule. Please make use of the scheduler application. And if you do make some changes, I encourage you to use the messaging functionality within the application to let your meeting partners know if there are any changes to your scheduled meetings. I hope you had a good time. It's now time to end this program. I think we've been online long enough. Thank you very much for your time. And I would appreciate if you could participate in our very quick online survey to let us know how we have done. It's important. Leave your comments if there are certain things that have taken too long or that are too short, or if you'd like to hear more about one thing or less about another, please let us know. Once again, thanks a lot on behalf of our team. I wish you a great day or evening or night ahead. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.
See you all. Bye.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Athar from Sawal, Karachi, Pakistan.
Hi, see you soon.
1 dead, 2 satisfactory, 3 okay, 4 good, 5 very good.
Hi, Auret, how are you?
Where are you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Nice to see you.
Same here, thank you.
Di ba siya premium? Add-ons.